Hi, I'm Brian Lancer from Muse Research. We're here at Music Messa 2004, and I'm showing our new product, the Muse Research Receptor. Receptor is a hardware VST player designed for the rest of us. It really makes VST software, which we believe is incredibly powerful, incredibly easy to use. The Receptor consists of a 2-rack space hardware box, and probably the best way to think of it is you have a rack of synths, you have a rack of effects, and you have a 32-bit digital mixer, all in one 2-rack space package. Everything's controllable from the front panel. There's basically 2 central notions to the product. One is the single and one is the multi. A single is a single MIDI channel or audio channels worth of information, a preset essentially. And a multi is a preset which encapsulates the entire box, all of the VST eyes, all the VST effects, and all of the mixer instantiations. It's incredibly easy to use. You simply select a source, and then you will dial whatever synthesizer you might want. You can also select a line input, a guitar input, or a SPDIF input. You can then add effects. There's 3 effect slots per channel, and then there's a mix section that allows you to adjust the volume or the panning. So I'm going to go ahead and instantiate Albino 2, a product from Linplug. And that's a nice product, but I might want to actually add some, maybe a flanger to it. So I simply instantiate the flanger, instant flanging. The thing that you immediately notice about the Receptor is that there's really nothing between you and the VSTs that it runs. It makes it incredibly easy to take advantage of this technology. The technology itself is unique in the sense that it is using a computer motherboard running Linux. And on top of Linux, we have what's called the Muse Machine. Muse Machine is entirely proprietary VST host software. And then we have proprietary hardware surrounding it. A 24-bit stereo line input, stereo line output, a SPDIF input, SPDIF output. New at this show, we've added the ADAT digital optical output. And then, of course, since it does have a motherboard inside, there's full networking capabilities as well. So let me show you how you build a patch. You can do it 2 ways. You can either do it from the front panel, where it's simply a matter of dialing and pressing play. So in that sense, it makes VST playback immediate. Or you can connect a monitor to the back of the unit, and that gives you full display of our Muse Machine software. Inside the Muse Machine software, you see a mix section here. So you have 16 channels of signals that are possible. An aux bus over here. There's 2 channels of auxiliary, and then the master section. Up here at the top, we have our source, where we instantiate either a VSTi or a line input or a guitar input or a SPDIF input. Then you have our 3 effects, which can be routed any number of ways, in series or in parallel, or a combination of both. So the thing that is very powerful about this system is that we have full editing control over any particular plugin. So here I've instantiated Linplug's Albino 2, and everything is adjustable just like you would see on a PC. So I'll go ahead and select an ARP. That's kind of cool, but I'd like something also kind of fat along with it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up another channel and select a completely different plugin. This one's the Refx Vanguard from Refx software. I'm going to go up to my MIDI router and select MIDI channel 1, so they're both playing in parallel. And I'll go ahead and call up a completely different ARP, maybe the Glassy ARP. And now we have 2 different software packages playing 2 completely different arpeggiation patterns. Panning them right and left gives me some interesting spatial capabilities. So that's kind of fun, but maybe I want kind of a pad sound underneath it. So I'll go ahead and open up another channel. Now I'm going to select the M-Tron, which is from the UK's G Media Music. And I'll go ahead and open up that display and pull up maybe a flute patch. Again, I'll adjust the MIDI to respond to that. Click OK. we want the flutes in the background, so here we go. Now, the mixer is completely MIDI automated, so I can actually, in real time, adjust any of the levels, any of the pan, any of the effects. Plus, all of this can be saved as a multi. So when I found the patch that's the ideal live performance patch, I go ahead and save it to any of the 16,000 patch locations. So when I'm going live, I simply send it a MIDI patch change, and we're good to go. There's a lot of unique characteristics of the product that make it suitable for live use. The audio from the line input to the line output will instantly switch over from line input to line output in event of a software or power failure. In addition, we've got a special watchdog that's looking for the software to run in the background, and it will instantly reboot should it ever find a conflict between various VSTs that are on the box. Speaking of VSTs that are on the box, the product comes with hundreds of VSTs pre-installed, both freeware, such as, well, we have RGC, pretty much a best of the best. Aren't very, very easy to get. There's a setup menu, and there's, if you have a PC or Macintosh, you can easily inside picture of internet, and you're good to go. We do have a technology that protects because plug their iLok time, so it's a very convenient. A MIDI external work for advanced. Anything we do will, but otherwise.